The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
How you doing, Dave Fennoy here? And wow, are you seeing me now, or are you just seeing my PDF? Let's see. See your screen, Dave Fennoy. Okay, and let me turn on the camera. Oh, there we go. So my camera's on, and that'll go away in a little bit because I want you to see the PDF that we're going to be working with. But I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining me on this. And wow, I see we've got a nice group here. So let's get started and welcome. Well, it's only 6. By the way, if you have some questions, feel free to put them, I guess, in the chat area, chat or question. Yeah. There you are now above. Da 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 da. Hi, Dave. How are you? Let's put the questions in the chat area since people are saying hello. A question, and you can ask questions as we go along. But we're going to move pretty fast, and I'm going to let you know up front that I'm going to be sharing a lot of information on the subject. We're going to talk about how to read copy auditioning so that you audition well, TV promos, narration, and voice acting for video games. Because I have done quite a bit of teaching, and at the end of this, it's going to be a tremendous offer to purchase a number of programs that I have done, a lot of webinars and live workshops. But hang on, I'm about to bring back this, play that, go back up. So ta-da! Welcome, I'm Dave Fennoy, and I want you to jot this down, or at least remember it, voiceoverphd.com. Now, some of you know me and have worked with me before or have listened to my Wednesday Ask Dave Fennoy Anything, so you know who I am. But for those who might not, I've been doing voiceover. I've been doing voiceover since 1990 in LA. I was doing it in San Francisco before that and on the radio, but in 1990, I started doing it full time. I have worked in the areas that I teach. I have done promos for CBS, the WB, ABC, Hulu, and dozens more. And when I say that, I don't mean I just did some here or there. I was a voice for CBS. I was a voice for the WB. I was a voice for ABC. I was a voice for. I've done a lot of in-show announce. NAACP Image Awards for about 15 years, several Billboard Music Awards, the Grammys Music Choice Awards, and lots of others. Lots of commercials. Still one of the Lexus voices. Listening to R&B radio or watching ethnic television, you're going to hear me on some Lexus spots, and of course, McDonald's, Nike, World, and the list goes on. Video games, IMDb called me one of the 20 best video games of all time. I've been in more than 400 games. I've won a number of awards, including best performance in a video game a couple of times. Animation, well, if you watch The Incredibles, you heard me play a couple of characters. Cartoon on now, KO, OK KO, and Rugrats, Captain Planet, New Kids on the Block, Pro Stars, and numerous other cartoons. I have done narrations for Science Channel, Discovery, Nat Geo, BC Mouse, lots of other programs, or lots of networks and not networks. And we're going to talk about some of those opportunities when I mention ABC Mouse. I'm not talking about Disney. I'm talking about e-learning. Next step here. Hey, Winston. Hey. Ah. Um, and as a teacher, and you'll have to forgive me, ordinarily I have my buddy uh, Fred Gleek here. He's out of town, so I'm running the whole show by myself. I have become one of LA's most respected and sought after voiceover instructors. Very proud of that. And the VO genres that I teach: commercial, promo, narration, and video game. And my workshop voice acting for video games, I've had the good fortune of teaching all over the country and some places in the world, including France last year, and on my 6th trip to the UK to teach, and to go to Australia and Colombia. Now, once this is done, I'm going to have an offer for you for 4 evergreen programs, meaning evergreen. The information is all good. It will be how to read copy, how to audition well, take those words off the page, TV promos and trailers, learn some of the tricks of the trade, of the latest trends in voiceover, because you got to keep up. By the way, is my camera still on? It shouldn't necessarily. And narration, we'll explore a variety of narration styles and techniques in what may be the most lucrative genre of VO for the most people. And this is an area that has exploded and continues to explode. Also, video games. We'll learn how to create a variety of your acting ability. We're going to learn a little bit of all of that today before you leave. Just so you know, let's go to the next slide. There we go. Let's talk about auditioning. For most VO talent, the way to get work is via auditions. I've been very fortunate, but still, most of my work comes through auditions. I do get offered parts from time to time, but it just calls up my agent or calls me or whatever, or sends me an email, hey, can we book you? But the majority of my work, I still audition. And that's true of all the top talent. So it's certainly going to be true of people who are just starting out and trying to. If you don't audition well, you're not going to book jobs. We need to learn specific techniques to make your reads more natural, believable, and relatable to the listener. And that's the things I teach. You'll learn how to find your signature voice. Too often, aspiring VO actors spend their time trying to sound like someone else, and they actually don't know or appreciate how they sound. I'm going to teach you some techniques to find your signature voice, and some techniques to eliminate the reedy read, dreaded. It is a career killer, and it's one of the biggest problems. So the camera's still. I'm not writing PDFs. Cannot hear anything. Michael, you can't hear anything? How about everybody else? Anybody else can hear? I think everybody else can hear, or I would not be. Michael, I turned something. All right. Well, let's take a quick look at eliminating that reedy read. There's a few ways to do this. First, I want you to, when you have a piece of copy, I want you to familiarize yourself with that copy by reading it 3 times in your head and then mouthing it quietly. I call that the 3 and 3. Now, if it's a long piece of copy, it may seem like a lot, but I promise you, this is the best way to familiarize yourself with the copy so there are not any surprises when that certain phrase shows up or those words that you have a hard time pronouncing. You want to be able to read that through in your mind, and as you're reading it, ask yourself those questions. Who am I talking? What are they really saying here? What devices are they using? Gee, I wonder why they came up with this copy. All those things that you don't want to have going on once you actually start your take. And this is the best time to figure out what your approach is. Not the how of you say it, but the why you say it. Uh, you can also record a slow, accurate take and listen back for the same. And what I mean by that, when I say a slow, accurate, we want to program our brain to say the right word. So that slow, accurate take might be second line. First, familiarize yourself with the copy by reading it 3 times in your head and then mouthing it quietly 3 more times. No, you'd never send that in as a read, but to listen back to it, to have done it and listen back to it, it will program your brain. You'll have a little bit of a memory. You will not have memorized it completely, but you'll have some memory of it, some familiarity. The result being, by the time you're ready to do a real take, the words are only there to remind you what you're saying. I'm going to say that one more time. The words are only there to remind you what you're saying. And I want you to hang on to that because the truth of the matter is, in this business, where we're reading copy all the time, we don't want to sound at all like we are reading copy. We want to sound just like we are saying something. So do not get caught in the word. Bring the words off the page, I say. Another way to help you with that, read the phrases, the word. Instead of going word by the time you take to do a real take, the words are, that's a little exaggerated. But that's what readiness sounds like, when it just doesn't sound like we're just talking to somebody. So when you read the phrases, you have a much better shot at not sounding wordy. All right. Hey, let's look at a piece of copy here. And would somebody like to take a crack at this? Oh, yes, please. Adam, let's see. Muted myself. Where's my guy when I need him? Think, Adam, can you, not webcam, it's sound. Can you turn on your sound, Adam? Oh, this is why I need. How do I turn on your uh, talking? Oh, I so apologize. Oh, I feel really bad. This. At least you're not paying for this part. Well, you know what? I'm going to. One more time. Do you know how to turn on your microphone? You turn on your microphone, or do I have to? I do apologize. Well, I'm going to unmute everybody here for a minute, but the only person I want to say anything, oops, is Adam. Okay, everybody's is unmuted, but I am only inviting Adam to speak. Adam, are you there?
Hey, you can hear me, right?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! I feel like such an idiot. Okay, let's. You can see this.
Can you hear me, Dave?
I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
I sure can, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to hit the play again, and there's that copy nice and big. Now, I want you to take a look at this. I'm going to read it one time out loud to you. Slowly so you can hear it. Read it with me so you take it into your head. Once again, this is a little bit of that 3 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
A lot happens over the course of a tank of gas. Mad dashes to the pharmacy. Hours spent in the school drop-off line. And 7 trips to the grocery store. Wait, forgot the ice cream. Make that 8. But a tank of gas doesn't just fuel errands. It tells a story. One that could begin at the dry cleaner and end at a hidden sloppy Joe joint. Then right back to the cleaner. It's not just about filling up the tank. It's about where that tank will take you next. Phillips 66. Live to the full. Now, what's going on in this piece of copy? I'm going to ask you that before you start your...
It's going to be telling the story of a guy who's filled up with Phillips 66.
Okay.
And how far it's taken him and what journeys it's allowed him to do.
Okay. Well, let's hear a read and I'll give you a critique after that.
All right. A lot happens over the course of a tank of gas. Mad dashes to the pharmacy. Hours spent in the school drop-off line. And 7 trips to the grocery store. Wait, forgot the ice cream. Make that 8. But a tank of gas doesn't just fuel errands. It tells a story. One that could begin at the dry cleaner and end at a hidden sloppy Joe joint. Then right back to the cleaners. It's not just about filling up the tank. It's about where you put that. It's about where that tank will take you next. Phillips 66. Live to the full.
Okay. Now, they're telling this story through pictures. Imagine that you're going to be seeing the pictures of this commercial while your voice is telling the story. And who are you in this? Are you the observer or are you the person in the car?
I think the way they would at least tell it would be the person in the car. So
Okay.
seeing it from their perspective, going in the bath.
That's a definite possibility. And I'm going to posit that you could be either.
Okay.
So since you're the person in the car, I want you to make it a lot more personable. A lot more of just a person telling us what's going on with their day. And as we're going to see the pictures of them, their trip to the pharmacy, why? Give them a reason. Why did they have to go? Ooh, I got the runs, got to get to the pharmacy. Hours spent in the school drop-off line, picking up the kids, and there you are, and the kid's late, and whatever. 7 trips to the grocery store. That picture of you going back and forth, and then you pulled off, but wait, forgot the ice cream, make that 8. But a tank of gas, now you're more the storyteller. And then a trip to the dry cleaner and end at a hidden sloppy Joe joint. What do you think happens there that you have to go back to the cleaners?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a sloppy Joe for a reason.
Yeah. A big hint. And then he's back to, really just sharing with you about filling up that tank. So let's hear what it's like when you're the person in the car telling your story.
A lot happens over the tank of gas. Mad dashes to the pharmacy. Hours spent in the school drop-off line. And 7 trips to the grocery store.
I'm going to stop you
Wait.
for a little bit. You're sounding much more like the observer now than the person in the car. And that's okay. If you're the observer, be the observer. But if you're going to be the person in the car, be that person in the car. Be the kind of character that we would recognize. Somebody that's, oh man, a lot happens over the course of a tank of gas. Huh, it
Okay,
dashes
I
to
get it. A lot happens over the course of a tank of gas. Mad dashes to the pharmacy. Hours spent in the school drop-off line. And 7 trips to the grocery store. Wait, forgot the ice cream. Make that 8. But a tank of gas just doesn't fuel errands. It tells a story. And one that could begin at the dry cleaners and end at a hidden sloppy Joe joint. Then right back to the cleaners. It's not just about filling up the tank. It's about where that tank will take you next. Philip 66. Live to the full.
All right, and that was a much better take. We could see, little problem with the sloppy Joe, but we could take that further. We could have a little more urgency with the pharmacy, a little more bored or annoyed in the school drop-off line. The 7 trips to the grocery store, and oh my goodness, I forgot the ice cream. Make that 8. The dry cleaners, you've done that, and the joy of getting to your favorite sloppy Joe joint and realizing that you've dropped the stuff on your pants and you got to go back to the dry cleaner. And I'm gonna pop you off now, but you get the idea. Now I'm gonna pop everybody. So you could be the observer, where you are kind of feeling what the person's going through, or you could be that person, which is going to be a much more everyday guy read or everyday person read, because this could be. As a matter of fact, you'll notice at the top they said male or female. Also, one of the things you want to do, especially with commercials, is know who your audience is. Who is it that you're talking to? And generally, we want to talk like to like. Doesn't mean we have to, but that's a rule of thumb. All right. Got one more that want to read? Somebody want to read one more? Slide down. Is that Michael Thigpen that's saying yes? It is Michael Thigpen. All right, Michael, I'm okay. Unmute all. Okay, be quiet except Thigpen. Michael, you there, man? Michael? Hello, Michael. Going once.
There we go.
We got you? Okay. I'm going to read this one time to you. Now, this is a little different. That first commercial was very much in the style of commercials. Name the problem, solve the problem, call to action. This one is more, let's paint a picture and show how we join your. Everyone has an inner circle. Maybe it's your family or chosen family. You share a history, a passion, or something that the rest of the world wouldn't understand. You feel close, even when you're not. You don't need to work hard for likes in a place where you're already loved. The inner circle is where we show ourselves, our true self, what we wouldn't share with the rest of the world, the good and the not so good. We share everything with our inner circle, and this is where we meet EB, the smart photo. Collect, organize, privately share. I would say this is a very modern career. And we're telling a story, and there are a few different spots where, there's section. Yes. Let me hear you give it a go.
Everyone, your circle. Maybe it's your family, chosen family. You share a history, a passion, or something that the rest of the world wouldn't understand. You feel close, even when you're not. You don't need to work hard for likes in a place where you're already loved. The inner circle is where we show ourselves. The inner circle is where we show ourselves, our true self. What we wouldn't share to the rest of the world, the good, and the not so. We share everything with our inner circle, and this is where we share it. Meet Evie, the smart photo manager. Collect, organize, privately share.
Okay, not a bad read. A nice read. First time through, got caught up in a few places, but I can tell
Yeah.
you're a little bit in. I'm going to make some sing song happen, especially on the end of phrases, as opposed to just feeling it and saying it.
And just letting it portray itself.
Let it portray itself. We are not in a world now where we have to do extra special things to get you to listen.
Yeah.
We don't want people to sell us. We want people to just share with us what the story is. So one more time and share the story.
All right. Everyone has an inner circle. Maybe it's your family or chosen family. You share a history, a passion, or something that the rest of the world wouldn't understand. You feel close, even when you're not. You don't need to work hard for likes in a place where you're already loved. The inner circle is where we show ourselves, our true self, what we wouldn't share with the rest of the good and the not so. We share everything with our inner circle, and this is where we share it. Meet Evie, the smart photo manager. Collect, organize, privately share.
Okay, you
Sorry, I
start.
got too excited
No,
on
that's
that
good.
one.
When you started out, you were really kind of just saying it, and the
Yeah.
further we went
And then I
along,
started thinking again.
yeah, and I'm gonna make the words do something.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the words if you're just in the feel of the character that you are, even if that character is yourself. Because in real life, you don't think about what you're going to say and then, I'm going to go forward, I'm going to pause here, I'm going to do this. You have a particular feeling, a particular emotion or mood, and that's what comes out. I'm going to do one, and I'm not going to try to do anything. I'm just going to tell this story. Everyone has an inner circle. Maybe it's your family or chosen. You share a history, a passion, or something that the rest of the world would understand. You feel close, even when you're not. You don't need to work hard. A place where you're already loved. The inner circle is where we show ourselves, our real selves, what we wouldn't share with the rest of the good and the not so good. We share everything with our inner circle, and this is where we share it. Meet Evie, the smart photo man. Collect, organize, privately share. Now, that might not be the read that books, but did you believe it?
But it sounded nice. Yeah, it was very, yeah. That was a very talented read.
And
Like you felt it.
yeah. Now, and I wasn't doing a whole lot.
It wasn't over the top. Yeah. It
Was
wasn't
not over the,
top. Yeah.
wasn't trying to make the words do anything. All I was doing was feeling the message that I was getting across.
It's almost like my friend just told me that.
And that, hey, and isn't that what you're going for?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, I'm going to mute everybody again, and we're going to go on to the next thing. Oh, yeah. So once again, masterclass in auditioning, familiarize yourself with the copy by doing the 3 and 3. Read the phrases, not the words. Know who you are and who you are talking to. Discover who you are and what your signature voice is. Your real job as a VO actor is to audition. Once you're on the job, it's fun. Now, I realize I didn't give you one of my tips on discovering who you are and what your signature is. There are several. I'm going to give you one now. When you're at home with your friends, out with your friends, someplace with your friends, just being you, it could be having a good time or just a regular time. Turn on your recorder and listen to yourself. Well, don't listen to yourself then, but record for 15 minutes, half an hour, and listen to yourself back. Listen to who you are when you are just being you. Try to bring that person to your reads as opposed to, I heard this commercial. I love that guy's voice. I love that woman's, the way she hits the words. Find out who you really are. And a lot of times we don't have enough love for ourselves. Love yourself. You can do this. The thing that people notice about you when you're speaking, whether it's quirky, funny, whatever it is, that's the thing that's going to make. All right, let's look at TV promos and trailers. TV promos are one of the most lucrative areas of voiceover. Every show on every network needs voices to remind and entice viewers to watch their program. Individual programs typically pay less than a commercial, but each program needs several promos. So you got a 30, a 20, a 15, a 10, and tags. And right now, scale is about $225 plus 10 to your agent. And every tag is about $100. So imagine if you're the guy that comes in, or the guy or the woman that comes in every day, and you're doing 4 or 5 shows on that network, and each one needs 30, 20, 15, a 10, and then tags for tomorrow, next week, tonight, next, and one with a date. That adds up. Network promo voices earn in the hundreds of thousands of dollars and more. There was a time there were 3 networks. Everybody watched it. But now there are hundreds of ways to watch programming. And more than ever, cable stations are targeting specific audiences. And the voices that promote the programming on those have to relate to that audience, which means a wider variety of types of voices that are doing TV promos. You'll explore a variety of promo genres: drama, comedy, sports, news, and a variety of lifestyle promo categories. Think of the kinds of stations that you watch that are maybe a little bit out of the mainstream. If you're a sports guy, well, I won't say sports is out of the mainstream, but sports or home shows or housewives of wherever. All those are different categories and have a completely different feel, and there's so many more that I couldn't even name. I mean, if you're talking about a channel that does a lot of reality shows that are like Ice Road Truckers, things like that, those are different voices. So they need us. You'll learn some specific techniques like word elongation that allow the listener to hear every important word of that show, when and how to do it. So word elongation, just give you a little, you'll learn some specific techniques like word elongation that allow the listener to hear every important word of that show, when, what next. Now, that's not a real natural, but when you're doing drama and trailers, it's just what you need. All right, got a comedy promo here, and I'm scrolling down. Who would like to open up and take a shot at? I would love to. I'll read it. Let's see. I'm going to go with Chris Michaels. I think you got me. Chris, I'm opening up the lines for everybody, but Chris, yeah, are you there? I can hear you now. So this is comedy, How I Met Your Mother. Have you seen the show? Okay. It's not necessarily necessary to see the show. It always helps. A lot of times, especially when you're auditioning for one, you haven't seen the show because it isn't on the air yet. But it's comedy. And one of the features of comedy promos now is just that everyday voice, the everyday guy, the everyday woman. So I'm going to read through it. Now, it used to be you always went into the networks and you'd put on the headphones, have the copy in front of you and a TV monitor, and you're watching and listening at the same time for the SOTs, the sound on tape, and you would have to fit yourself around that. Now, more often than not, you're on ISDN, or maybe not even ISDN. You're just recording on your own, and you know how long it's got to be. So they've taken a little of the difficulty out, but still got to have a great read. So I'm going to read this for you. Life is full of emotion. So let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. Get in touch with your feelings, because Barney and the gang know how to get you in the mood. on How I Met Your Mother.
I have a deeper register. Cancel that for comedy.
Not necessarily. Let's
Okay.
see. Let's see what your chances are. Yes, chances are. But let's not say that the rules are written in stone.
Life is full of emotions, so let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. Get in touch with your feelings, because Barney and the gang know how to get you in the mood. How I Met Your Mother.
Okay, little bit reedy. Little bit. I'm trying to make sure you hear every word. We need that more in the drama than we need in the comedy. In the comedy, I want you to be more the fun guy. You can have a deep voice and be the fun guy. Life is full of emotions, so let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. Get in touch with your feelings, because Barney and the gang know how to get you in the mood on How I Met Your Mother.
So you can get you.
Absolutely. And I am giving you permission to say get you instead of... And you know why I'm giving you permission? Because you haven't given yourself permission. You are very welcome, my son. So let me hear your take one more time.
Life is full of emotions, so let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face.
I'm going to stop you for a minute. I want you to relax. So let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. So let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face, or let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. Get in touch with your feelings, because Barney and the gang know how to get you in the mood on How I Met Your Mother.
Life is full of emotions, so let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. Get in touch with your feelings, because Barney and the gang know how to get you in the mood. Get you in the mood. How I Met Your Mother.
Okay. Now, what's happening as you're reading it, you're following along. You're not quite reading just the words, but it's important to you that we hear every word. Now, you switch that up when you got to get you in the mood. But yeah. I'm still hearing, so let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. Not quite that bad. But that's not how you talk in real life, is it?
Sure.
Okay, so it's all in real life. We want to see, though, life is full of emotions instead of life is full of emotion. Life is full of emotions. So let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. Get in touch with your feeling. I am glossing over the word. You hear every word, though, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. One more time.
Life is full of emotions, so let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face. Get in touch with your feelings, because Barney and the gang know how to get you in the mood. How I Met Your Mother.
And I think everybody would go, wow, that's a little better. So now, all the things I'm teaching are going to take some time to make them yours. When I was taking tennis lessons and, have me hitting forehands, and I'd hit 3 or 4 just great, and I hit some in the net and some wide, some long. And I asked my coach one time, I said, well, how come, I hit 3 of them great, and then the next 7 are flying all over the place? And he said, well, you just haven't hit enough balls. And the truth of the matter is we just have to practice. Now, the reason that you take coaching is not because it's going to make a difference between day and night from one day to the next. But when you have the tools, when you know what you're looking for, when you know, oh, I did this wrong now, and I know how to correct it. Oh, I know what that is. I know how to correct it. Little by little, you'll get better, and you get better much faster when you know what it is. When you listen back and you know, I'm reading the words, not the phrases. Oh, I'm trying to enunciate.
Out of my comfort zone, getting higher. Life is full of emotions. That really, I'd be better off doing the drama, tonight.
Well,
that is more my style of a read. So I just have to get used to it.
Well, I understand. But see, what I'm talking about has nothing to do with the pitch of your. I'm talking about your word attack. Hitting the words too hard, or are you reading the phrases and being conversational? But giving you a hand, nice going. All right, let's see. for muting everybody again. All right. Well, we did a little. Let's look at drama, and of course, he's going. That's what I would have. Who wants to do a drama read for me? And I really want to get a lady in. I got a lady here. Oh, lady here, Ursula. Let's get you in there. Oh, there's Isabella. Just missed you. All right. Is Ursula gonna go with you? Unmuting. Unmuting all. Okay. Now, comedy and drama a little bit different. Here's where we do want to elongate the word somewhat. We do want. And once again, though, we need to go over it again, know what we're saying. So I'm going to read this to you, Ursula. Are you there, by the way? Hello, Ursula? Dave to Hello? Are you there? I hear a breath. Can you talk?
Yeah, this is Ursula. How you doing, Dave?
No, that ain't her. Good try.
Just checking to see if my mic works.
Yeah, your mic works. You know what? Ursula going once, going twice, going 3 times, moving on to Isabella. How are you, Isabella?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Awesome.
All right. Now, promos also used to be man's domain. And trailers, when we hear them, still are. At some point, that's, we got to add that to the Me Too movement. But I'm going to read this to you. And once again, with the drama, you don't have to be loud. You can be. If you're watching ABC and they're doing their nighttime dramas, that guy is really pushing it. He's really big. He's a little over the top, which lets you know it's okay because it's working. But still, the rule of thumb is pulled in a little bit. So, before she ruled her empire, she was already one tough cookie. This September, the queen of primetime comes to WGN America. Taraji P. Henson in Person of Interest. Person of Interest, weeknights this September on WGN America.
Okay.
Let's see what
Should
you
I
do
just
with it.
go?
Let's just
All
go.
right. Before she ruled her empire, she was already one tough cookie. This September, the queen of primetime comes to WGN America. Taraji P. Henson in Person of Interest. Person of Interest, weeknights this September on WGN America.
Okay, you know what? Not bad. I want you to flatten it out and do less with it.
Okay.
Before she ruled her empire, she was already one tough cookie. This September, the queen of primetime comes to WGN America. Taraji P. Henson in Person of Interest. Person of Interest, weeknights this September on WGN America.
Before she ruled her empire, she was already one tough cookie.
You know what? I'm going to stop you. Look, just give me one tough cookie. Don't try to make that more special than it is. And they would actually indicate that they wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
There'd be dots or commas, or be one period tough period cookie.
Okay. She was already one tough cookie.
Oh, start at the top.
Okay.
And what do you think your attitude about this is?
Sassy, because she's sassy.
Okay, we'll go with sassy, because when you're looking at these kind, I'm just pausing for a minute. Something else I wanted. When you're looking at these kinds of things, even though you might be in the same voice, you might be just above a whisper, just above a whisper and scary, or just above a whisper and fun, or just above a whisper magnanimous.
Okay. Before she ruled her empire, she was already one tough cookie. This September, the queen of primetime comes to WGN America. Taraji P. Henson in Person of Interest. Person of Interest, weeknights this September on WGN America.
I'm going to let you do it one more time. I want you to honor the ellipses, a dot, dot, dot after she was already. And I want you to give me a comma after in, Taraji P. Henson, in.
Okay.
Or after Taraji P. Henson, comma, in person of it.
Before she ruled her empire, she was already one tough cookie. This September, the Queen of Primetime comes to WGN America. Taraji P. Henson in Person of Interest. Person of Interest, weeknights this September on WGN America.
Much better read. Much better read. Now, the one thing we're going to move on because it's running. The one thing I would say, make every important. Before she ruled the empire, she was already one tough cookie. This September, the Queen of Primetime comes to WGN America. Taraji P. Henson in Person of Interest. Person of Interest, weeknights this September on WGN America.
Cool.
All right.
Opposite of the other guy, I'm used to quirky stuff, so drama for me is a little different.
but you know what? You can do this.
Yeah.
You're and it's not a big switch. It's just, I have to do a whole lot more. I can do less, just above a whisper and make it important.
Great. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Good stuff. All right. What's that? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about narration now. Narration offers the most opportunity for voice actors these days. There are numerous genres: audiobooks, science and nature narration, e-learning for all ages, and corporate. And now we have this thing called explainer narration. And it offers numerous opportunities thanks to YouTube and the number of products and apps that need voices to explain how to use them. Now, before we say what narration is, before saying exactly what narration is, let's explore what narration is not. Narration is not selling. Narration is not promoting. Narration is not reporting. Narration is telling a story. So to be a successful narrator, you must become a story. Let's see here. Got something. So I'm looking. Somebody want to pop in and do this one? I'd love to read David Shadman. Okay, David, I got you. I'm unmuting everybody once again. And I'm going to read through this one time. Within these walls, eclectic, creative people bring ideas. Outliers flourish. A place best described as equal parts artist studio, design center, think tank, and innovative laboratory. This is where the brightest minds build the happiest places on earth. Stop breathing so loud. Walt Disney Imagineering. But creating happiness is hard work. Only a unique army of people are equipped to enterprise. Since its inception, this merry band of misfits has defied the odds. Under pressure from budgets and schedules to the laws of physics and the blank page, they have survived. Behind the magic of every Disney theme park lay mud, sweat, and fears. After 10 long years of negotiations with the Chinese government, Walt Disney Imagineering received permission to build their newest Magic Kingdom, the Shanghai Disney Resort. This would be the largest theme park ever built in China. The first from a foreign company, and the most expensive project in Disney's history to date. This thing goes on much longer, but we're not going to do that.
Okay.
All right. Want to take a crack at it?
Yeah, how's my volume coming across right now?
Just fine.
Great. Within these walls, an eclectic group of creative people bring ideas to life. Outliers flourish. A place best described as equal parts artist studio, design center, think tank, and innovation laboratory. This is where the brightest minds build the happiest places on earth. Walt Disney Imagineering. But creating happiness is hard work. Only a unique army of people are equipped to undertake such an enterprise. Since its inception, this merry band of misfits has defied the odds.
Under pressure from budgets and schedules to the laws of physics and the blank page, they have survived. Behind the magic of every Disney theme park lay mud, sweat, and after 10 long years of negotiations with the Chinese government, Walt Disney Imagineering received permission to build their newest Magic Kingdom, the Shanghai Disney Resort. This would be the largest theme park ever built in China, the first from a foreign company, and the most expensive project in Disney's history to date.
You know, you have a really nice voice for this. A lot of people, their mindset says, "Oh, deeper voices are going to do all the narrating," and it's just not true. More often now, people are looking for the guy, the girl next door voice, but we want to be just a little bit more accurate. I want you to take your time, and don't try to do anything. Just how do you feel about this story, and tell it. What do you think the feeling is here?
I think it's trying to tell the.
No, I get that. But what's the feeling of it?
I think inspired.
Okay, I agree. I think inspired is there, a little bit of pride.
An eclectic group of creative people.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I think that guy needs to be muted.
Yeah.
I thought that was.
Yeah. So one more time. Okay. And a little thing about there were some places, your phrasing was not bad. There were some places where you went on pretty long, where you had a chance to give a pause, take a breath, allow your listener to take in what you're saying. Think a little tip when you're doing narration, you can speak in complete phrases. Anytime a phrase gives you a full thought, within these walls, an eclectic group of creative people bring ideas to life. Now you don't have to break it up like that, but you have 3 different complete thoughts there. Outliers flourish here. A place best described as equal parts artist studio, design center, think tank, and innovation laboratory. This is where the brightest minds build the happiest places on earth. Well, your turn.
Within these walls, an eclectic group of creative people bring ideas to life. Outliers flourish. A place best described as equal parts artist studio, design center, think tank, and innovation laboratory.
Okay, I'm going to stop you for a minute. I'm going to stop you for a minute. You don't have to do anything with that and. We're not in a commercial or a TV promo where we're going this and. We're not trying to get them to think about something else and forget the thought we just had.
Persuasion.
Yeah, we're not trying to persuade anybody. And you don't have to sing-song this at all. Let's pick it up. You don't have to sing-song anything.
Okay. Within these walls, an eclectic group of creative people bring ideas to life. Outliers flourish. A place best described as equal parts artist studio, design center, think tank, and innovation laboratory. This is where the brightest minds build the happiest places on earth. Walt Disney Imagineering. But creating happiness is hard work. Only a unique army of people are equipped to undertake such an.
I'm going to stop you for a minute. I don't want you to hit. I'm going to let you get away with the but. Let's not hit the is.
Okay. But creating happiness is hard work. Only a unique army of people are equipped to undertake such an.
Now, if there's a word to hit there, unique. Only a unique army of people are equipped to undertake such an enterprise. I'm not saying you have to hit it. I'm showing you how to make the choices on what to hit. And you don't necessarily need, sometimes I call it banging. And if you think about this, I'm going to stress this word a little bit, but just do it in your head. It'll come out. Only a unique army of people are equipped to undertake such an enterprise. Since its inception, this merry band of misfits has defied the odds. under pressure from budgets and schedules to the laws of physics. Under pressure from budgets and under pressure from budgets and schedules to the laws of physics and the blank page, they have survived. There you go.
Okay. Yep. It seems though, with longer time, I feel a bit intimidated to make specific choices. There's so much to dig into.
You know what? I want you to practice not making those choices. And
yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, and just feel the mood that you're in. How do you want the person listening to feel? Give them a little bit of that. Reflect a little of that. Pick it up at Since Its Inception, because Since Its Inception is so hard to say.
Since its inception, this merry band of misfits has defied the odds. Under pressure from budgets and schedules to the laws of physics and the blank page, they have survived. Behind the magic of every Disney theme park lay mud, sweat, and fears.
Okay, stop you. I'm going to stop you now. Sometimes a writer uses what would be another phrase and how we think mud, sweat, and fears, blood, sweat, and tears.
Microphone.
Yeah, right.
Is what we would want to go. So use that instead of throwing it away just because they have some commas there. Behind the magic of every Disney theme park lay mud, sweat, and fears.
Okay. Behind the magic of every Disney theme park lay mud, sweat, and fears. After 10 long years of negotiations with the Chinese government, Walt Disney Imagineering received permission to build their newest Magic Kingdom, the Shanghai Disney Resort. This would be the largest theme park ever built in China, the first from a foreign company, and the most expensive project in Disney's history.
All right. You've got a really good voice for this. Do less.
Thank you.
But trust that when you are feeling how you want, you said you wanted this to be what was it? What was the word you used?
Inspired.
Inspired. Then give it an inspiring read. Within these walls, an eclectic group of creative people bring ideas to life. Outliers flourish here. A place best described as equal parts artist studio, design center, think tank, and innovation laboratory.
Let's find a note for it.
Let's not. Let me turn the. But without trying to hit any of the words, make anything special, just bring your attitude, and it's gonna. All right. We're gonna skip this one. I'm just gonna point out what this is. Another form of narration that we see now are instruction. Now, instead of being the flight attendant who's bored and has been telling you how do you get your seatbelt on all these years, this is from a company called iFly. And when you go in to do their little flight ride, somebody is giving you instructions along. For the sake of time, we're not going to hit that one. We're going to move on and talk about video games. Excuse me, losing my voice a little, probably because of video game. Video games are the biggest biz in showbiz. There's more money in video games than music and movies combined. You know the game Fortnite? Well, the mobile Fortnite game earns $2 billion per day. Wow. Esports is a thing. Pro gamers are making millions playing video games. You know, these are the kids that their moms and dads say, "Hey, you're wasting your life playing these video games." Making money doing it. Colleges and universities not only have game development curriculums now for people who want to learn how to make games, but some are now offering scholarships to gamers so that they can field teams. Video games have become extra long movies that you can experience again and again and never have the same experience. All right. Okay. Now, in my workshop on video games, you'll learn how to discover the tone of the video game, because have you noticed how different movies have a different tone? So, a romantic comedy is different than a Buddy Saves the World comedy, is different than a Walking Dead type zombie movie. And your performance, your audition, how to create believable characters, how to take the words off the page, overcome the game actor's acting challenges. And those lines are read instead of memorized. There are no other actors to react to. No blocking, no costume. When I say no other actors, 99% of the time you're working by yourself. You're in a studio, microphone, script. You're probably reading off of a screen. And behind the glass, several people, director, engineer, and some other people from the gaming company. That's all. Also, no matter your movement, you have to stay on mic. You're in a fight scene, but you have to stay on mic. And I teach you to begin learning how to free yourself from the tyranny of words and punctuation. When you're just talking in real life, you are free of the tyranny and punctuation. But when we have words in front of us, a script, all too often we get caught, and we're trying to say the words correctly, and all of them, all to be heard, and nothing could be further from the truth of a good performance than sometimes we mumble, sometimes we sigh, sometimes we talk to ourselves, sometimes we have to. We want to learn to do that. How? All right. Looking at this character here, this is Gideon Bale. Now, video game scripts come, or I should say video games come in two styles, one-dimensional and three-dimensional. When I say one-dimensional, you're talking about characters who do not have a lot of interaction with a variety of other characters whose interaction is based on what those relationships are. These are characters who have a certain way of being, and they say what they say in their character, whether it's loud or soft. It's just them, and it could be said to. This is one of those characters. And let's see. Let me see if I can get a guy. Who wants to try to play Gideon? Let's see. A chance to read next. Jimmy Bancole. All right, Jimmy. There. You all got Jimmy. You there?
Yes, I am here. I am here. Trying to make it bigger, though.
You have the perfect voice for this.
Thank you.
They say Tony Stark meets Dr. Doom, brilliant student of science, magic rejected for his obsession with the ancient art. They give some cultural touchstones here. Benedict Cumberbatch, that tells you a lot. Slow, deep rumbling, deliberate, calculated, walks a fine line between passion and madness. Let's see what you do with, now these lines are short. I don't need to read them. These lines are short. Just give me, go through it one time.
All right. I am actually trying to get the whole script to show up on my screen. I'm having a little challenge.
Oh. Uh-oh. It's just not there. What's the problem?
I see Gideon Bale, champion profile. Is that the script you want to read?
That is the script. And down in the bottom corner there, and you know, it's interesting because these are all the lines. It's just individual lines, catchphrases, and then match start.
Skill to Tony Stark meets Dr. Doom.
Whoa. No, that's the champion profile. Down in the bottom right corner. What do any of you know about true power? The cosmos does not obey laws, only the cling to humanity, fail. Few see the horizon and dare to reach beyond. Witness the power to fold infinity. spent to stand this spot. Now, true task begins. The keys to eternity are worth any sacrifice. Watch. Today a man dies. God is born. The pillars of legend sit atop foundations of great. Those lines.
Okay. I see to the bottom right corner.
Mm-hmm.
But
Do you see the two pictures of the guy? Okay, so they're directly under the top picture and directly to the side of the bottom picture.
You have to adjust at the top and use the little line to erase Dave's space so that you can see the entire.
Oh, you know what? I can turn off my. Is that better?
yeah, that's much better.
Oh, well, there we have it.
All right. Okay. All right. What do any of you know about true power? The cosmos does not obey laws, only the will. Cling to humanity. Fail to evolve. Few see the horizon and dare to touch, to reach beyond. Witness the power to fold infinity. A lifetime spent, stand on the spot. Here now, the true task begins. The eternity, worth sacrifice. Are there more lines there?
Oh yeah, but we can stop right there and we'll go back. Where are you from, by the way?
Oh, I'm from a West African country called Nigeria.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. And you know, and almost any other accent besides just your American accent works well with copy like this. Now, I want you to do you have an acting background at all?
Yes, just amateur.
Okay. But you've been to the theater and you've watched some shows like Game of Thrones.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
This is the acting.
Yeah.
This is the acting style of a Game of Thrones or very presentational theater, and that's one of the things when I mention know the style of the game because it will help you with how what to bring to your acting style. So let's pretend you are super wealthy, super educated, super crazy because he is, and now let's do it.
Do any of you know about true power?
Okay, this guy has contempt for everybody. One more time, and stretch it out a little. Not what do any of you know about true power? What do any of you know about true power? What do any of you know about true power?
Okay. I'm ready.
Somebody's making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Can you ask people that are not speaking?
Yeah, to please, mute themselves. Mute yourselves, please, because disturbing. All right, one more time.
Okay. What do any of you know about true power?
Keep going.
The cosmos does not obey laws, only the will.
I'm going to stop you for a second. Can you, if you're not on, can you please mute yourself? There's a little microphone symbol up on the right. Just click it off because we're hearing a lot of noise. One more time.
What do you know about true power? The cosmos does not obey laws, only the will. Cling to humanity. Fail to evolve. Few see the horizon and dare to reach beyond.
Take your time. Don't rush any of it.
Witness the power to fold infinity.
Keep going.
A life spent to stand on the spot, here, now. True task begins. Is to eternity are worth anything. That's as much as I can see on my screen.
Okay, and you know what? That's okay. Now, this last read was much better than where you started. These kinds of characters are very controlled. Now, were I doing an audition for this character, I would give them an A, B, or an ABC of each line, especially since these lines are so short. And I would put myself in a different position. Say, what do any of you know about true power? One would be I'm in a room with just a few people. One, I put myself on a mountaintop talking to 5,000. Same thing with the next line. Or maybe take that third line and I'm talking to people in a room, and then maybe I'm talking to myself and giving myself. Now, if I'm saying to myself, cling to, I'm trying to coach myself into going ahead and doing whatever this crazy thing this guy is going to do. But you get the idea of he's the same character. What he says may not be said to a variety of different people with whom he has different relationships. But the situations that he's in can change how he says what he says. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is for a one-dimensional character like this. All right. Thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate all your input.
You're welcome. And let's see, going to the next. Need a lady here. This calls for a lady. So let's see. Well, Isabella, I would go with you, but you've been on. I want to give another lady a chance. Okay, Natalia. So I am unmuting everybody, and if you are not Natalia, please mute your microphone. Natalia, there? Natalia? Natalia?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now. Great. All right. This is a game, Adrift, and all the main characters in this game at the end of their long day went to their quarters and did a video diary. So this is at the end of the day. So she's kind of talking to herself and going over her day. Who she is, a female scientist, 25 years old. And I would want you to read all of this. Were you preparing for this? But sometimes you're going to find that there's just a little bit of what they've given you to take with you. And this particular speech is not completely dependent on what they're telling you here. We know she's intelligent. That's great. Intense, headstrong, confident. But there's a lot of different ways to go with this that will fit this character. And what would happen is you need to know what it is, because you're going to find other lines, other monologues that really will have to call on her relationship with her parents and how she has felt, how she took a different turn than her parents wanted her. But this time she's thinking about her day. What happened? I'm going to read the words to you so you hear them after I take a sip. Scientist Elizabeth Hudson, encrypted personal log, 9/12/2037. Alex is pushing and testing the limits of our extraction process. Harder than I would, but I can't argue with the results. We are producing breathable oxygen from ordinary terrestrial plant life in outer space. Food production is a success as well. Everything tests out. We are going through more H4 cells than we planned for or brought with us. There's been a few scary moments, but it is working. These are small steps, but we have the beginnings of renewable and sustainable resources that support human life on other planets. All right, you got to hear the words. This is something she does every night, and she doesn't know exactly what she's going to say. She's gonna,
Okay.
and she's talking mostly to herself.
Okay. Scientist Elizabeth Hudson, encrypted personal log 9/12/2037. Alex is pushing into of our extraction process. Hard. Harder than I would. Can't argue with the results. We are producing breathable oxygen from ordinary to plant life in outer space. Food production is successful as well. Everything tests out. We are going through more H4 cells than we planned for or brought with us. There's been a few scary moments, but it is working. These are small steps. We have beginnings of renewable and sustainable resources that support human life on other planets.
That was a really nice read. Now let's make it a little bit better. Let's let the words come to her a little. And let's allow ourselves the luxury of breaths and sighs. That introducing herself, Elizabeth Hudson encrypted. She does that every night. The rest, let it come to her. That wasn't a bad read, but let it come to her a little bit more. Sometimes what we want to do is give ourselves some business. You want to picture where you are in this room. She's in her quarters. Is she having a cup of tea? She clipping a pencil on the table or something, scratching her head. What's she doing? Give her some business of some kind. Not necessarily to distract her, but just to keep you from just reading the words, despite the fact that was a very...
Okay. All right, thank you. Scientist Elizabeth Hudson, encrypted personal log 9/12/2037. Alex is pushing and testing the limits of our extraction. Hard. Harder than I would. Can't argue with results. We are producing breathable oxygen from ordinary terrestrial outer space. Food production, success as well. Everything tests out.
I'm going to stop you for a minute.
Okay.
Slow it down. Don't make the words. It is something. And we feel like, oh, the words are there. I need to say them. But the words are working for you. You're not working for the words. So tell those words, you wait. I'll say you when I'm good and ready.
Okay.
Let's pick it up at Alex again. Alex is pushing. And you had a little sigh in there. I like that, sighing into it.
Okay. Alex is pushing and testing the limits of our extraction. Hard. Harder than I would. But I can't argue with the results. We are producing breathable oxygen from ordinary terrestrial plants in outer space. Food production is a success as well. Everything tests out. We are going through more H4 cells than we planned for or brought with us. There's been a few scary moments, but it is working. These are small steps, but we have the beginnings of renewable, sustainable resources that support human life and other planets.
Okay, I like a lot of that. Even though I'm giving you permission to let it come to you, don't go sing-song on the bottom there.
I know, on other planets, I feel like I was doing a documentary or something.
And I'm going to give you just a little example of how much time you can.
Okay.
Alex is pushing, testing the limits of our extraction. Hard. Harder than I would, but can't argue with the results. We are producing breathable oxygen, ordinary outer space. Food production, success as well. Tests out. We are going for cells or brought with us. There's been a few scary moments, but, and I'm trying to stretch it out a little bit, but you get the idea?
Yes, I do.
And we actually bring more reality. Your first read was very real. Even though you brought a reality to it, but you can bring so much more and put her in her quarters at the end of a long day, thinking back on what happened, to get more reality out of it. And for a lot of that last read, that's exactly what.
Okay, good. Thank
All right,
you.
you are welcome. All right, everybody, let's. Okay, I do. Got a guy that wants to. You can do it with some kind of Sikh or Pakistani or Indian accent or not. Who's that? Let's see. May I read? It's Alexandra. Alexandra, I'm going to come back to you. And Craig Young. And everybody, if you're not Craig Young, please turn it down. We're just going to look at this first speech here, Craig. You there? And you don't have to do an Indian accent, but this is a person, the description, formal, polite, a practicing Sikh. Black market carries a bit of reverence in his tone, but we could, practicing, insert religion here. When speaking, he shows restraint and politeness until he's pushed too far. His biography, he is a career smuggler. That's not what he wanted to do, but that's what he is. He is an educated career smuggler, and what he smuggles are rare artifacts. He knows. So I'm going to read this to you. You're looking at an amethyst contaminated by veins of dark matter. It is the product of cosmic upheaval playing out over millennia. Who would I be to tell you what it's worth? I'll give you a price that reflects only the danger I endured. Okay, now you're in your shop. Somebody is looking at this thing. You might approach them. You might have already been in contact. Let me see what you're doing.
You're looking at an amethyst contaminated by veins. It is the product of cosmic upheaval playing out. Who would I be to tell you? I'll give you a price that reflects only the danger I endured.
Okay, that's not a bad first read at all. I want you to see in your mind the scene and the blocking. You're looking at an amethyst. Maybe he doesn't realize you're watching him and you're approaching him. You're looking at an amethyst, and you step forward and you look at it closer and point out contaminated by veins of dark matter. He looks up at you, and then you tell him it's the product of cosmic. And every VO is a conversation. Even if we don't hear somebody ask a question, sometimes their look gives us a question. His question would be, how much? And you would answer, who would I be? And you're a little bit of a con guy. So let me get a little bit of that. I'll give you a price that come on, what is that? One more time.
You're looking at an amethyst contaminated by veins. Dark. It is a product of cosmic upheaval playing out over millennia. Who would I be to tell you? I'll give you a price that reflects only the danger I endured.
Okay. I'll tell you how I like your read, but I'm also feeling a little bit like I'm in a voice and and you can take this further. You can, we can paint that picture more. Now imagine you're on the gig here and I'm the director and I've said, okay, you're walking over a few feet away when you say you're looking at an and now you're pointing it out. Contaminate. And now you're educated. And now you're conning. Who would I be? And maybe you notice that he notices you're conning. So there's a joy, a little pleasure in recognizing someone of similar soul. I'll give you the price. Different way of thinking.
You're looking at an amethyst. Contaminated. Vein. It is a product of cosmic upheaval, playing out over millennia. Who would I be? I'll give you a price that reflects only the danger and pain I endured to obtain it.
Okay. Getting a little more interesting. And once again, once you start thinking like this, okay, you've got the voice, you've got the attitude of this guy. But once you start looking at what is the scene? What am I doing? Where am I? What is my move? How close am I to? Let me give you an idea. Now, it's not going to be that different than yours. You're looking at an amethyst. Dark. Product of... Oh, who to tell you? Give you a price that reflects only. You believe that guy?
Sure.
Okay. Just to give you an idea of how far you can, Okay. All right. But nicely done. Nice read. All right. You are welcome. And everybody, let's see. Oh, well, let's see. That one. I need another lady here. Who wants to do something sexy? Let's see. Ursula, you missed it last time. I hit you. All unmute everybody. Ursula, are you there?
I hope so.
Yes, you are.
Yay!
Yay! All right. This is, again, one of those one-dimensional characters in a video game. Draken female, and she's a killer, but she's a killer who's kind of sensual. So,
okay.
These lines, I heard you might be dangerous. What happens when she meets her opponent? She meets that guy out there. What she says is kind of sensual, and he gets confused like we all do. So she's sexy. I'm going to read the lines right quick. I heard you might be dangerous. Let's see if the rumors are true. I'm glad you're here. Too bad I have to kill you. The next time we meet, we'll test your skills off the battlefield. Disappoint me again, and I'll do bad things to your inside. The war calls, I'm going to let you not necessarily do those because I would really want you to scream. The ground, and we'll just skip those and go to the taunt. Your blood will taste sweet when I spill it. I can smell your fear weakening on your knees, and your death will be a quick one. And but I'm gonna go back and just talk about the war calls. When you're supposed to shout in a video game, shout. Don't fake it. Shout. You'll do less damage to your voice actually shouting, trying to truncate.
Okay.
All right. Let's hear you sensual and then murder.
I heard you might be dangerous. Let's see if the rumors are true. I'm glad you're here. Too bad that I have to kill you.
Okay, I'm going to stop you for a minute. What do you think the picture is when she's saying those?
She's standing next to him, over him, perhaps?
Or face to face?
Face to face, yes.
I heard you might be dangerous, so she's checking him out, and she's saying it very sensually. And then maybe, let's see if the rumors are true, she's stepping into battle. Kill him.
Okay. Okay.
Give me that.
I didn't think about killing David.
Well, she's a warrior. She's a warrior woman.
Right. She's a sexy killing machine.
There you go.
So listen, I heard you might be dangerous. Let's see if the rumors are true.
That didn't sound very killer-like.
No?
I heard you might be dangerous. Let's see if the rumors are true.
Oh my goodness. Let
I-
me see. Let me get there. I heard you might be. Let's see if the rumors are true.
You know,
I'm glad you're
have,
here.
have,
No?
have you ever been really, really mad at somebody?
Yeah, I have.
Did you, yell at them, cuss them out, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
but without, did you want to kill them? Well, maybe you didn't really want to kill them. You'd kill them if you could bring them back.
Okay.
She's a warrior, so she's tough. I heard you might be dangerous. Let's see if the rumors are true. Glad you're here. Too bad I have to kill you. Will taste sweet when I spill it. I can smell your fear. Death, quick one.
I heard you might be dangerous. Let's see if the rumors are true. I'm glad you're too bad to kill you. Smell your fear, weakling, on your knee, and your death will be a quick one.
Now let's see those last two lines of miscellaneous.
Ha! He roars like a hunter, but he flees like a prey. Looks like you have a fine weapon. Handle it.
Okay, now you're getting into it. But watch out for things like, looks like you have a fine weapon. Looks like you have a fine weapon. You have the skill to... We try so hard to make what we're saying have feeling and meaning based on hitting particular words. Oh, this word's important. Let me hit it. No. The words are only important in that they give detail to what you are thinking and feeling. Play the character, play the character, play the character, and the words will come out the way they're supposed to. Just because of time, and you improved so much from that first read to, you know what, I'm going to give you one more. Do lines 1 and 2 at the taunts and the miscellaneous. Just one more time. No, go up to the top. They're the greetings.
Oh, start at the top?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard you might be dangerous. Let's see if the rumors...
Okay, well, she's going in for the kill now. She's stepping in, and the sword's out, and she's about to engage. So let's see if the rumors are true. She's not, oh, I'm coming with my sword now. Let's see if the rumors are true.
Okay. I heard you might be dangerous. Let's see if the rumors are true. I'm glad you're here. Too bad to kill you.
We need to up the energy on, I'm glad you're here.
Okay.
Too bad I have to kill you.
Okay.
Give me those two lines.
I heard you might. I'm sorry?
Seduce him in that first line. I heard you might. Let's see if the rumors are true. I'm glad you're here. Too bad I have to.
I heard. Let's see if the rumors are true. I'm glad you're here. Too bad.
Okay, now I would have you pick up the pace on the second part of that. Let's go down to just the miscellaneous, both of those.
Ha! He roars like a hunter, but he flees like prey. Looks like you have a fine weapon. Handle it.
Okay, I like the second line. Without hitting fine. Give me that line again.
Looks like you have a weapon.
No, don't eliminate it. Just don't.
So do the whole thing, David, at heart, or just
yeah. Do the whole thing. Looks like you have a fine. But what you did was looks like you have a fine weapon. Looks like you have a fine weapon. Have the skill to handle it. Looks like you have a...
Looks like. Do you have to handle it?
Okay. Better. One of the things we always have to watch out for is that tendency to want to bang into words. I'm going to say this word harder because I think I need to emphasize it. And 9 times out of 10, you don't. 9 times out of 10, what it's a signal of is you're actually not in the character.
Yeah, that was a stretch for me personally.
Okay, but you know what? And I say this to my classes: our job as actors, especially in video games, is to audition for as many parts that we are right for, and to work to become right for more parts, a wider variety of.
I like that.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right. Okay. And what time? That one's a lot. Let's move. All right. So let's look at the highlights of voice acting for video games. First thing we want to do, we want to work from big to small. Find out the style of the game so you can get into the style of the acting. It's not about the words. It's about the character saying the words. Answer these questions, and I didn't mention this, but what happened the moment before your character speaks? What is your character reacting? I also didn't mention this, but this is key. Know what your character is thinking, feeling, doing, and who your character is talking to and what that is. I'm going to say that again because this is the key to being right with any scene, with any character. Little different video game characters, you don't know what their arc is. If you're in a play, movie, television show, you know what the arc of your character is. If they have an arc, you might be that they went that away guy and there's no arc. But most characters of import are going to have an arc. This happens, that happened, they feel this way, and there's some kind of change. But we don't know that in because so many different things can happen. The person playing the game can decide your character says this or does that makes the outcome very different. So this is more like real life. We know the characters we are. We know what our tendencies are. We know what we like, what we don't like, what we fear, but we don't know how we're going to end up. We don't know what our own arc of life is. Neither does your character. So we have to play your character like we play life. We just are ourselves. But in each scene, what's your character thinking? What's your character feeling? What's your character doing? Who is your character talking? What is that relationship? And finally, don't make the words precious. What you should make precious is the character and what's inside of it. What's their condition? That's what you make precious. And then the words will take care of themselves. All right, let's look at what we learned, because we're talking about 4 evergreen programs, how to audition, how to read copy, the basics of what I call taking the words off the page. TV promos and trailers, learn some of the tricks of the trade and the latest trends in this lucrative VO genre. Narration, get to explore a variety of narration styles and techniques in what may be the most lucrative genre for the most number of voiceover people. And video games, becoming my first love. Learn how to create a variety of believable characters and increase your acting ability. And now, had you taken my workshop, voice acting for video games, and what you're going to get is video of 3 separate 2-day workshops that cost $5.97 each to attend. Narration for voice actors, $6.95 to attend. Masterclass in auditioning, $97 to attend. How to do promos class was $7.50 to attend. Self-directing was $197 to attend. It's close to 40 hours of video training, both live and in webinar form. So but you are going to get it all for $497. All you have to do, if you are interested, is go to voiceoverphd.com and take advantage of this. Some highlights. Familiarize yourself with the copy by doing. You've got that. Skip through, reminding you of what those were, because now, also, if you are interested in that package, I've decided to set up a private closed Facebook group for anyone who buys this package. This will allow you to interact with both me and other VO talents to hone your skills and maximize your. I'll be in the group a few times a week to answer any questions that you may have. And this, as my marketing man, Fred says, it's as worth as much as the programs themselves. The bonuses for buying now receive all of these programs for, he's wrote over, under 50% of their price. And my guarantee is if at any time over the next 30 days you're not happy with the content of this PhD package, I'll give you your money back, no questions asked. P.S. Feel free to buy any or all of these items individually, but you'll be getting a 58% discount if you buy the whole package. When you purchase anything from me, the charges you see will be from the account FG Productions. That's my partner, Fred Gleek. That's the company that helps me create these programs for sale. Make sure you message me at davefennoy@mac.com after you buy, and I'll add you to our private Facebook group as I get it. Now, that said, let's see. Page there, so you just have it. Where you need to go if you are interested, voiceoverphd.com. And it being 7:42, just a little time for a few more questions. I'm going to leave that up there, and I certainly, you do take of this. But I'm looking right now. Does anybody have any? I'd like to do a review. I know you, Fred. I'd like to have you do one, but we were only going to 7:30. At last, it's 3:30 in UK. Ha ha ha. And Janet Peters have loved to have read The Dragon Girl. I know it. Listen, anybody? Thank you. I just want to say thank you for joining me. My mother used to tell me when I was that I should be a school teacher. And I always told her, Mom, I'm not be grading papers, so forth and so on. One of my great loves now is teaching. And nothing makes me feel better than see you take a read that was not working. You knew it wasn't working. I knew it wasn't working. Give you the tips to help you make it work. And you begin to see and feel that and know that now I have the tools to keep getting better, improve my career. That's what I love about teaching. I'm still a working actor, still love doing that, but I just about love this as well. So once again, thank you for joining me. If you are interested in the package, I hope you are, voiceoverphd.com. And now this could come down at any time, but not only, once again, will you get all recordings of these classes, but I'll put you in our private Facebook group, and we'll be having fun a few times a week doing things that other people don't get to do. And with that, I will call it a night. Once again, thank you. I'll from you soon.